Let's go through a simple little kind of roll call kind of thing for people who think they're good people. What would you, just as a normal everyday person, consider a good person to do? Like as just normal little things they would do. Maybe a good person would care about their family and loved ones. A good person would watch over the environment and take care of things. A good person would eat healthy and sleep good, I guess. Those are the things that people say. A good person would want to improve the things around them and be some help and be benefit, right? Well, now let's go through the first little simple thing. How many people care what their loved ones have to say? How many people care how their loved ones feel? Now, there's a difference between how they feel and what they're thinking about and what they have to say. But that also means how many of those loved ones that you would care to hear what they say and care how they feel would actually listen to you. And if you had to actually offer an answer. Most people just debate back and forth or ask questions back and forth, argue back and forth, settle little discussions or settle momentary tasks back and forth. None of them really answer any questions. Like, hey, what are you thinking? I was thinking we should go do this today. Oh, cool, sure. It's never really an question-answer kind of thing. Most people duck around the whole answer of what we're here to do, what we're doing here and why. And most people never even ask that question out loud. Maybe they'll think it to themselves. Maybe they'll hear it in a movie. But they never sit and really contemplate on it. And for why, it's beyond me. But let's just keep with that roll call. How many people care that there's things going wrong and they're not doing anything about it? When they wake up tomorrow, they feel it's not their responsibility to do anything about it. They're just here in the world. So whose world is it that they're an underling to, that they're not supposed to be a part of, that they're supposed to say, oh, well, the world itself operates on its own without me, and the people that are in charge of everybody are supposed to be. That just is a silly way to think. People just haven't been awake enough. And because someone will say, hey, man, you're not awake, they don't like it. But, dude, I'm not trying to fight with anybody or argue with anybody. I don't have anything negative against them, except that they're not doing anything to improve. That's what a good person would do. So that's the simple little roll call. Like, I would say right now that my parents really think they love me. But for a person who has had such a thing happen, and dude, in no way am I trying to make it up. I can't get away from it now. It's what happened to me. And I can't go around acting like the world around me makes any damn sense, because it doesn't. The only thing that makes sense is the truth that I'm trying to show people, and no one's listening. So therefore, it makes me look like a weirdo who's the only person who has understood it. Only. Ever. Only. It's not anywhere else for you to see. I've written it down. I have it all recorded because I want to show people, but I can't even get people to look at it. That's the funniest thing. If somebody had in the real world what would be like the Tesseract or what the hell do they call them, the Infinity Glove or something like that, the silly stuff they talk, like, I have that. I'm the literal living human being who has that through space and time. And I feel so spiritual at all times that I don't feel like a human being on a planet. I feel like that's what I'm doing when I'm awake. But when I'm not awake to people, I'm doing my real thing. And I'm wide awake. I'm not even just wide awake. I'm wide conscious, doing what I've always done for eternity. And it's actually quite spooky to be a person who actually has that as their life all the time. And it doesn't go away. Sometimes I can forget about it and try to listen to people talk about their silly stuff and listen to people talk about the leaves falling early or it's going to rain tomorrow and stuff that doesn't matter. If that's going to happen, let it happen. So what? Why are people so simple-minded talking about little things because they feel like they have to say something all the time around each other? I say, if you don't have something smart to say or something interesting to say, that's the whole thing. If you don't have nothing, not just nice to say, if you have something meaningful to say, then don't say anything. Don't just go, yeah, baby man, whoop up da, boop boop chickabee doo, when there's a whole bunch of people around, just because maybe some of those people want silence. And if they wanted to talk, I'm sure they would talk. Because people do have a lot of things going on in their mind. They're just too embarrassed to talk about them out loud. Me, I want to talk about everything that I have in my mind, everything that I've ever gone through the existence of all time and non-time. I mean, it's amazing what people would really understand if they took the time to listen to me. I don't want it in me. I want to tell people about it. Because what's the point of being the walking, talking treasure chest when no one's looking for the real gold? They're looking for some paper money or some cryptocurrency, and they think that makes sense. And they would think I'm silly when all they're going to do is die one day and do it again. Play a game of Monopoly, basically, just in a human body. I mean, it's way more meaningful, of course. But nobody's even awake. Nobody. At all. Anywhere. And if they were, they'd be talking about it. The gurus are answering the same age-old questions over and over. When I can show you the new thing, because it's all there's ever been. It was waiting to be discovered. All the people are saying things are changing, a new change is happening, and I'm it. But it's not just Dan, because it woke up in me. The other people are saying they had this awakening and they're getting downloads from the Pleiadians and the light beings. That's on the astral plane. And actually, I'm doing all that. I'm trying to help people. But other people are making up their own fucking stories. It's crazy. I know. I could go really into it, but it would take forever. And I don't have forever to help people as a human being. I have right now. And people are wasting their time watching America's Got Talent and America's Ninja Warrior and blowing all their time doing nothing. And they don't want to admit it. When they all can easily look at what they do with their time from the time they wake up to the time they go to sleep and know that they eat garbage and waste every moment. They may work at a nice job in a building, but that building doesn't need to be there. They're overdoing it because they have to make 40 hours. And some people say, I could be working forever because the demand never ends. What are you supplying? Stupidity? Bunch of merchandise? Bunch of things people don't need? Yeah. So why are you doing it? Because you like it and it's a job you like and that's what we're supposed to do in life, right? No, it's not. Now it's time to wake up. This is what's happening. Or else you can be robotified. I'm supposed to tell people about this stuff so that we don't end up turning into a half-robot world. And people seem to know it's coming and being expecting it and wanting it because they think, deep down, maybe it'll be something different than this. This shit's getting boring. I'm showing you what we're supposed to be doing. We haven't done that outside stuff in so long. It would be so much fun to do because it wouldn't be hidden to us anymore. Now we get to discover it and do it all over again from the beginning. Because when does the beginning start? As soon as you decide to make a new one. And let's do that. I'm here to do that.